In today's video, I'm going to share with you how each and every single human being on the planet subconsciously self-sabotages in every aspect of life, our health, our relationships, our finances, and how you can identify it for yourself and what you can do to fix it. Now, the story I'm going to share with you right now, I guarantee you, many of you probably won't even believe me, but it happened. And it's going to completely shift your paradigm around what you believe is actually going on in your life. So one of my clients signed up to do some sessions with me, very, very successful executive and one of the most well-known tech companies in the entire planet. Like every single person watching this right now would know this company. So she comes to me because she wants to improve on some stuff. She wants to move up in the company and she feels like she has some mental blocks around leadership and different things. So we're doing our sessions, maybe our second or third one in. Everything's going great. And suddenly, hours before one of our sessions, she gets sick and she had to cancel. So I said, okay, no problem. Let's reschedule for the other week, right? So next session rolls around, same thing. She goes, Dom, I'm really sick. My daughters, they go to preschool, and every time they get sick, I get sick. I said, okay, no problem. So then she does it again, third time, canceling because she's sick. So finally, the fourth time we rescheduled our appointment, she almost did it again. And I said, look, let's do the session because I know what's about to happen, or I know that there's something going on with her that we need to do a deeper dive into because she keeps getting sick. This is what we call a non-confront. And in a moment, I'll share with you what exactly that means. So I said, let's just do the session. I know you're sick, but it'll be fine. So we jump on the session and she just looks sick. Like she's pale, her hair is greasy, she's got bags under her eyes. Like it's not like she was lying, you know what I mean? So, she proceeds to tell me and she goes, Dom, it's really weird. I have my twin daughters, they go to preschool, and every time they get sick, I get sick, but my husband doesn't get sick. And I said, okay, that's interesting. So I said, you know what? Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do some hypnosis and we're gonna talk to your subconscious mind to figure out why you're making yourself sick. Now, most people hearing this are going, wait a minute, no, I thought somebody gets sick and you get a virus, whatever, I don't know, but let me just share with you the story and you decide for yourself. So anyways, I put her in hypnosis. We start asking her these questions that we do with our clients. And this is what we discovered. Very fascinating, so fascinating. So we're talking to her subconscious mind, and essentially what we discovered, she goes, Dom, and her eyes are closed and she's under hypnosis. She goes, Dom, when I was 5 years old, my mother abandoned me. And she goes, I feel like I'm subconsciously making myself sick when my daughters get sick because that's my way of showing them that I love them and then that I won't abandon them like my mother abandoned me. So I'm like, what? This is crazy, right? So then we release it. And about 5 minutes later, after we do the rest of the session, I'm holding the phone because maybe I'll just hold it here. 5 minutes later, after we're done with the session, she opens her eyes, and this is the first words out of her mouth. She literally goes, oh my God, I'm not sick anymore. Now, this was the first time I'd ever experienced something like this with a client. Maybe I'll share with you guys another story or maybe in a different video. First time I ever had somebody go from being sick to instantly not being sick right then and there because it was the first time I ever ran into this scenario. And I said, and by the way, I shouldn't have said this, but I was so shocked. It's not a big deal, but I was so shocked. The words that I said were, are you sure? I quit. I'm like, what? Are you sure you're not sick? As a hypnotist, you're supposed to go, yes, that's right. You're perfectly healthy. You're not sick anymore, right? And she goes, no, I feel perfectly fine. She goes, all my energy's back. She's like, I feel motivated right now. All the blood rushed back to her face. All of a sudden, her face was like lit up and everything. And I was like, oh my God, how freaking crazy is that? So I'm here to tell you guys, I know this sounds crazy. I know this sounds wild, and I'll share with you kind of how you can do a deeper dive. This is what's called a non-confront, okay? anytime there's things that come up in our life where we may not want to face it, or there's something going on subconsciously where, think of your subconscious mind as like your check engine light, right? Or when it makes you sick or you get pain or whatever, things start going on in your life, it's because your subconscious mind's, your check engine light's coming on and it's trying to tell you something. It's trying to say, hey man, we need to pay attention here. We need to resolve whatever this thing is going on. Now, what you do to be able to identify this is you got to start looking at the patterns. Again, this is a pattern for her, right? Hey, every time my kids get sick, I get sick, but my husband doesn't. Well, if it was because they had a, snotty virus or whatever, then the husband should have got sick too, but he didn't. So this was a pattern that kept coming up over and over again. So step number one is identifying the pattern. Now, most people are so unconscious to their patterns. They don't even know that they don't even know, and they keep living them out over and over again. Now, after you start to identify the patterns, you start having a conversation with your subconscious mind and say, what is the purpose of what is the connection here between what's going on with this pattern that keeps coming up and what's going on in my life? Now, do me a favor, guys. Excuse me. If you can comment below anytime you've ever self-sabotaged in your life. And what I'll do is, if I get enough good comments, I'll make another video specifically tailored to what you guys put in the comments. And I have hundreds of stories like this, and I'll probably share another one as well here in the future. Guys, if this resonates with you and maybe you find yourself subconsciously self-sabotaging in different areas of life. Now, it's not always that you get sick. It could be that things always come up when you're about to break through to the next level. Things start to fall apart, or whatever the case may be. What I want you guys to do is go to the link in the description and book a consultation so that we can do a deep dive to figure out what's going on up here so that we can clear it so that you can quickly break through to that next level. All right, guys, so go down in the comments, book your consultation, and we'll see you guys in the next video.